Wathnan Industries is an institution of both the Qatari economic infrastructure and the industrial sector. Its business of collecting and re-refining waste oil represents a significant step in the environmentally friendly development of the country's oil and gas industry. Where did the idea of Wathnan Industries start? And how was this first-of-its-kind factory constructed in Qatar? To answer these questions, we should go back to the beginning. In 2015, the project was merely an idea in its owner's mind, that waste oil and chemical waste should be used in a way that protects the environment and contributes to the betterment of Qatari industry. The new industrial area was the most appropriate place for establishing this project. It is strategically organized by business type and has harnessed its full potential to attract investors and manufacturers alike. An area of 13,000 square meters was designated for the construction of Wathnan Industries. The preliminary construction work of the project began at the start of 2016, and all necessary equipment was immediately assembled in order to start drilling work, taking measurements, and preparing the area for construction. All equipment and machinery were imported from Turkey due to its experience in smart and modern industries. Upon the completion of situating each section of the factory, the foundations were laid with iron and concrete. In order for each stage of the construction process to comply with the latest international construction and safety standards, the project's owners insisted on cutting-edge construction technologies to be used in building the factory. Regarding occupational safety, water wells were drilled and constructed with reinforced concrete in accordance with health and safety standards as set out by the Department of Civil Defense. In June 2016, all construction preparation work was completed and the equipment and machinery were set up. Engineers and technicians worked day and night on equipment installation and refinery plant construction, and the installation of each part of the refinery was carried out to the fullest extent of their expertise. Everything from pipes to tanks, fans to engines, were installed within days, and the preparation for the next stage began. Tanks and reservoirs arrived and were divided into large and small parts to be assembled one by one until completion. It was a challenging process, but the experience brought by the Turkish engineers and technicians, along with their special auxiliary equipment, enabled them to complete this task to the highest standard. With patience and hard work, 15 bulk storage tanks, each with a capacity of 200 metric tons, were successfully installed. July and August 2016 brought weather that was too hot during the day. But as soon as the sun set, the workplace came to life. All were engaged in welding. installation and measurement work. And after finally finishing tightening the sides of each tank, each of them was properly and securely moved to their final places. At the end of the summer 2016 and the start of autumn, all the stages of finalizing the factory were technically complete. The system is based on the fractional vacuum distillation process in order to acquire different chain lengths of re-refined base oils. The distillate is further treated through the filtration process and finally sent to the storage tanks. Then started the logistics phase, with the construction of an administrative building, stores, and paving roads. An area of 3,000 square meters was designated for constructing large storage warehouses, and an area of 900 square meters was designated for the office building. While workers were engaged in construction work, trucks were coming one after another to deliver the warehouse's parts. Iron columns were used in building the structure, and different sized panels were used for covering the walls. Professionals were specially recruited from China to set up the warehouse in turnkey condition. Piece by piece, and column by column, the components were tightly fitted together until the framework was completed. Then panels were installed from the outside until the warehouses were complete, with full consideration of all safety features such as vents and fans. In the meantime, setting up the office building was in progress. 3 months of relentless work resulted in the construction of 3 internally partitioned floors. Later, the final finishing touches were put in place, where the walls were painted and the wiring completed. Floor tiles were laid, and to top it off, the glass facade was installed. The final shape of the factory started to come together by laying asphalt on the rest of the uncovered areas. Roads were set up throughout the factory in order for vehicles to smoothly enter and leave, from the arrival of raw materials up until the departure of the final product. In October 2017, asphalt, floor tiles, and work on the side roads were completed. And by 2018, everything was ready. Wathnan Industries, in its final shape, is the first of its kind in Qatar. It collects automotive and industrial waste oils and re-refines them into reusable oil using modern techniques. This re-refining facility was designed with a daily consumption capacity of 20 metric tons in mind. Re-refined base oil performs a key role as the main raw material used by the lubricants and grease manufacturing industries, and is ideal for use in a diverse range of other industries. The system is based on the fractional vacuum distillation process in order to acquire different chain lengths of re-refined base oils. The distillate is further treated through the filtration process and finally sent to the storage tanks. There is a total of 15 tanks with a total capacity of 3,000 metric tons. This facility is operated by a team of professionals in dedicated areas of expertise, including operations, health and safety, R&D, purchasing, logistics, and sales and distribution. Wathnan Industries, with its own fleet of tankers and vehicles and its own logistics team, handles and fulfills every distribution to local and export markets following the standard procedures of Qatar's Environmental, Economy and Customs Department. Wathnan Industries is proud to be an innovative, smart, economically viable and environmentally friendly force for the country. It is also a new institute of Wathnan Holding Group, making significant contributions to building the Qatari economy and developing industry and trade in the country.